Media Vitals.
Breaking down the finishing sequence in this fight. So to go over the fight a little bit. Diego Lopes came out. Silva had absolutely nothing for him on the ground. And Lopes is a dog because I know he could have gotten the takedown as soon as the second round started. And then finished him on the ground probably. But Gene Silva was making a mistake every single time. And he's making the same mistake that he's made in previous fights. Except he wasn't versing strikers like Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes isn't afraid to enter the fire and trade with you. And you can't brawl with a guy like this. Diego Lopes has an iron chin, and he throws really good from tight. He has good uppercuts from the clinch. He has good strikes exiting the clinch. He does very well at close range. Now, Silva, on the other hand, you can't fight Silva on the outside or on the back foot because he will press forward. To beat Silva, you're either going to have to counter him in close, out-grapple him, or fight him from the inside. Diego Lopes is a genius, and I'm going to show you why. This was really smart fighting from Diego Lopes. I think it could have gotten him in trouble, but it's really smart. I'll play this back in 0.25 speed. So if you watch, okay, watch this. Jab, it connects, but look at his feet. Look how wide his feet are. So, something people can take advantage of whenever you have this wide stance, almost like a Wonder Boy or a Michael Venom Page, you put so much front pressure on these feet, okay? You can get eaten up by leg kicks. But Diego Lopes is a genius. Watch, Gene Silva always overextends on his right hands. Watch. Look. Puts everything into him. And if you get hit by this punch, it's going to hurt. Thankfully, Diego Lopes has a fucking blockhead. Right there. Overextends. Right? He almost overextends to the point where he loses balance when he throws his right hands. He was doing this all night, okay? Diego Lopes takes recognition of it, and look where we're at here. Hands down. Lopes knows, okay, he's going to fire that right hand at me again. See? Lines up. He's going to step into it, almost like a pitch. There's the step in with the jab. Lopes already knows what's coming. He throws the right hand. He knows it's coming. He decides, okay, I see you overextending right here once again. Now, head down, overextended. He had a couple choices. Uppercut, bang. You could throw your leg kick, get out of there, and fight him on the outside. But Diego Lopes knows fighting Gene Silva on the outside is not smart. He covers distance well, and his right hand's his biggest weapon. So Diego Lopes does something else. Right here you can see him framing to spin. Right? Look how foolish this guy looks, by the way. Guess what? I'm going to throw the same strike that I just threw at you twice a third time in a row. And he knows it's coming. Watch this. Gets ready for it. Here's the jab or hook. Dodge the hook. And bang. So, what was going on here? Diego was getting ready to counter his right hand again. But he looked to counter off the jab. Either way, it worked out for him. Because look, he decided, I'll eat this little hook. And bang. I see you're overextending. You're reaching. You're going to do it 3 times in a row. Look how far he reaches out. That chin is there, and it's there to be hit. And I'm surprised Diego Lopes didn't catch him with an uppercut. I really thought he would. I thought he'd catch him with an uppercut off the right hand or the jab. Genius level moves by Diego Lopes here. Bang, hits him. The fight's over right here. He goes limp. Diego Lopes, one of the best finishers in the UFC, honestly, when he smells blood. And look at how much blood's leaking from him already, just from that. So if you look on the other side at another angle, he's holding the cage. People can say early stoppage, but this fight was over. Look at him holding the cage. If he wasn't holding the cage, he'd be face down on the canvas. So, yeah, of course, there might be a couple shots to the back of the head, but he's also cheating right here. So, what do you expect? Boom. That's 2 unanswered shots. Look at him leaking. 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you look, he has his arm around him right here. Yeah, he's cooked. That boy's cooked. 8, 9, 10. He's not intelligently defending himself. 11, 12. It's 12 unanswered shots. So that fight's over. Let's see what else they have here. Just the same finishing sequence. Anyways, he overextends too much, like he always does, winds up, bang, and absolutely gets clapped. So with somebody like Silva, you face a counter striker, you're toast. Everyone thought he was the next coming. He was going to beat Volkanovski. Just how good is Alexander Volkanovski? That's what we need to be asking ourselves right now. How good is Alexander Volkanovski? Silva had absolutely nothing for Lopes in terms of grappling. He almost finished the fight within the first 2 minutes. Great performance by Lopes. I'd say give him the winner of Volkanovski and Murphy. Personally, if I was Dana, I'd book the rematch. I don't think that Murphy deserves a title shot off of a knockout of a Bellator fighter. Let's look at all the Bellator fighters in the UFC. Most of them are getting finished. The only one that has somewhat success is Michael Venom Page, and he's different. It's clear he's different. Michael Venom Page is great, but he's on the way out. He's in his upper 30s. He's not going to fight for long. I don't think he's going to get a title shot, and his grappling's not good enough to fight for the title anyway. So, with Murphy getting a KO on a guy like Aaron Pico, who I want to say has 4 losses in Bellator. He's been knocked out 3 times beforehand. I don't think he deserves a title shot. I like Murphy. I think he's championship level. I think he could win a belt depending on who it's from, but I don't think he deserves a title shot. I think this win from Lopes is a lot more meaningful than the win that Murphy got. So I say give Lopes another title shot after this. I mean, who's he going to fight? Oh, I guess you could do the Movsar rematch. Him versus Iloyev, Movsar Iloyev. I don't know how to say his name. And then the winner fights for the title after that. But you know what's real interesting about Diego? I think Diego would do great against Topuria. Here's why. Topuria almost does the same thing. When you see him throw, he overextends heavy too. Now, Topuria can crack anybody's chin. But while Topuria was at 45, I was really interested in this matchup. Diego does extremely well in the pocket. He can take a punch and he will trade with you in the pocket right here. Now, if this is Ilya, and Ilya comes over with that right hand or to the body and over with the right hand, I don't know if Diego's chin will hold up. I think it might. But I also think that the difference is when Ilya fights people, they're dumb and they think, oh, I can trade with this guy. And they always try to fight him at 2 ranges. They either fight him mid-range, which is about right here. I'd say it's about a little bit closer. They either fight him at mid-range right here, and that's when they get cracked with a right hand or he steps into that left hook. Or they're dumb and they fight him right in here, like Charles did. He landed an elbow thinking he was going to put him out, and he got put out in close range. I think Lopes fights so much better in the pocket than Oliveira, and I think he could have some success versus Ilya. But betting against Ilya right now is crazy. I don't see anybody beating Ilya for a while. I think he beats whoever he fights next. It really doesn't matter. If he fights Islam next, he beats Islam. I think JDM's going to beat Islam. Islam's going to come back down, and then he's going to fight Ilya. Ilya's going to beat Islam. To beat Ilya, you have to have that knockout power. It sounds crazy, but Justin Gaethje has the best chance. Somebody who's not afraid to throw with you and who's going to put everything into one shot and put him out. We've seen him rocked before. Jai Herbert hit him with a head kick. So we know that he has the ability to get rocked and come back. So you have to put him out. You can't just rock him. You have to put him out. His grappling's extremely well. Well, how does that lead back to Diego Lopes? Because Diego Lopes, when he smells blood, watch what he does. One of the best finishers in the UFC is Diego Lopes. He's one of the most complete fighters. Look, boom. Soon as he hits him, he doesn't let him grapple. He doesn't go for a submission. He's looking to finish you. The second he smells blood, he's looking to finish you. Powerful shots. Him and Ilya would be a great matchup. I'd love to see Lopes beat Movsar and then beat the winner of Volkan Murphy and then possibly go up and challenge Ilya if Ilya still has the belt. I think that'd be a crazy future for UFC fights. But Diego won this fight on a couple things. He won on distance management, knowing that Gene Silva was going to enter this void and keep entering it like an idiot because he fights almost like Michael Chandler. Diego Lopes counted on him overextending and punished him for it. That's how he won this fight. Easy. Punishment. You overextend, bang, I punish you. And his grappling so elite. He could have finished him at any point on the ground. But great fight by Diego Lopes. Incredible. Love to see it.